Up you Lagos. Greetings, wonderful Up you community. Welcome to another episode of your favorite radio show, Up you with Ezinne. How you all doing? The topic today is woman step up and build wealth. What is wealth? Is there a difference between money and wealth? The other time on this program, we called for women to step up their money game. And here we are today, gingering women to step up and build wealth. Are we not saying the same thing? And if we're not, what really is the difference? Are you following us on any of our social media platforms? If so, up you! But if you're not following us, please go follow us now at Up You with Ezinne on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We'd love to connect with you and keep the conversation going long after this program has ended. So, who is ready for this episode? Woman, step up and build wealth. There are several routes a woman can take to build wealth, but today we're specifically narrowing down to the basis of all wealth: land. Yes, property. The silent partner of millions of men, and I dare say women all over the world. The wealth that doesn't scream, yet it doesn't decay, die, decrease, or become obsolete, nor does it disappear. The wealth that remains in families and is often passed down from generation to generation. Land and landed property is an enduring piece of legacy, one every woman should aspire to and endeavour to partake of. Keep it locked and Up You with Ezinne. Let's learn together. Remember, dear listeners, that all episodes of Up You with Ezinne are up on our YouTube channel. Please go catch up. Take the nuggets you need to run for your life and your dreams. Subscribe and leave us a comment. It will help us to serve you better. Remember, it's all about you. Today, as usual, we're streaming on Instagram at Up You with Ezinne and at radiogarden.com. You're tuned in to Up You with Ezinne on 98.3 Mainland FM. The topic on the burner is woman, step up and build wealth. Don't touch that dial. It's now time to bring up our guest for the day. So our guest today on the show is Arinola Atunnise, an entrepreneur, sales strategist, investor, and philanthropist. She is the founder and CEO of Properties Everywhere Limited, a real estate company established in 2015 in Lagos, Nigeria. Properties Everywhere has subsidiary brands in facility management, short lets everywhere, PE investment scheme, and PE interiors. Arinola is highly experienced in real estate development and sales. This has earned her awards from notable real estate companies in Africa, including Xylos, Landway, BRG, Tribitat, City Buildings, and lots more. And she is the founder of Sales Quest, a project designed to mentor and train realtors, both new and existing ones. This program, since inception in 2020, has trained and mentored over 200 realtors who are currently doing amazing. She has a BSc education in sociology and her MSc in public and international affairs from the University of Lagos. She values learning, and that is why she obtained multiple qualifications in leadership and business within and outside the country. Her vision remains to be of utmost service to humanity in every way possible, and this she has chosen to do by dedicating an annual trust fund to helping educate the less privileged child in public schools. Ultimately, Arinola's dream is to make sure everyone owns an investment to secure today as well as the future. So she's currently sitting on the board of many companies within and outside Nigeria, and she believes that you have to start young by educating the young ones. Arinola is married and a mother of 2 beautiful children. She enjoys traveling, and in her spare time she gardens. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies mostly, please join me in welcoming the beautiful, highly talented, celebrated Arinola Atunnise. Good morning, Arinola. How are you doing?
Good morning, Ezinne. I'm very well, thank you. How are you too?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Arinola, thank you. So let's set the stage quickly so that we can run with this conversation. So we go. Arinola, tell me, what's your perspective? Woman, step up and build wealth.
For me, women are valuable members of the society. And then, we put in a whole lot of effort into building wealth and into applying our knowledge to acquire basic things as well as luxurious things. We put in a whole lot into making decisions, into making an impact, starting with the family, the community, and the society at large. But exposure and knowledge are the prerequisites in achieving all of this. So when I say exposure, I mean the ability to be able to decide that this is what I want, and you cannot do that if you are not well informed. We cannot be in a little hole without no exposure, no knowledge about what's going on around us, and we want to be more. It's not possible. So the first thing we need to do is to have that exposure, to acquire profound knowledge, right? To be able to invest in ourselves as well as build wealth, and also to make a great impact in our community. So my perspective is every woman needs to step up and build wealth so that you can have a voice, so that you can make an impact in the society, so that you can contribute your quota to the community and also build transgenerational wealth.
Whoa.
Thank you.
I am not we, because Ariola has left me, obviously. I am on step 1 of woman, step up and build wealth. Ariola has gone to step 2, build the wealth that is transgenerational. Okay, I'll just pull her back a bit and see whether we're going to be on the same page and drive. She actually said you can't be in a hole and expect to know something, and then we were told that knowledge is key, but Ariola is even saying that if you have the knowledge and you don't apply it, it's not going to work. So we have to start crawling out of our respective holes to find out what's happening, to know what's going on, to be able to step up and build wealth. Interesting perspective you have there. Thank you. Now, please, how will you define wealth? Not transgenerational one, no.
Okay, so wealth for me is the ability to be able to create freedom for yourself, a freedom that would enable you to live the life you want, the life of your dream.
Okay, so Ariola defines wealth as that instrument or that thing that gives you freedom to choose the life that you want and then to live it. Okay, that's interesting. Freedom to choose the life you want. I wish you guys can see me. I'm actually celebrating this freedom, Okay, so that's nice. So in your own opinion, Ariola, why does a woman need to have freedom to choose the life she wants to live? Because that's how you defined wealth. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, right, every woman needs that financial education to be part of their family culture. Right? And it's very important to build wealth so that you can live not a flamboyant life, but a life that is free and purposeful. Right? And you cannot do that without wealth. So building wealth is it's not enough to desire wealth, right? You need to be intentional about it. So to build wealth, it's not enough to just build wealth. You also need to think about retaining it, because some people build wealth, but they cannot retain it. So it's your intentionality that makes you to build and retain that wealth.
Ariola has said some things that are very key here. It's not enough for me to wake up and say I want to create wealth. Just like it's not enough for you to say you want to make money, when we're talking about stepping up your money game. And then she has mentioned that word that is, can I say, in vogue now, intentionality. But you see, the process of the process of making money is one. There's something called making money. But the process of investing your saved money to yield for you another stream of income, where you make money without being there, is when you have transcended making money to creating wealth. So for me, I define, just like you, I define wealth as that parallel stream of income that the money you've made is able to create for you. So creating wealth is not about you making your first millions, your second millions. It's about you putting your first generation money to work for you to make more money. Absolutely. And that's where Arinola is absolutely correct, because you have to be intentional about it. A lot of women have money, but their monies are sitting down in banks. Where I come from, women do not inherit land. Okay. And so therefore, maybe there are other women like me from where I come from who have been acculturized to the fact that they can't inherit land, and so will not even think of investing in it. It was a rude shock and an eye-opener for me coming to live in Lagos and realizing that women, that was then, not now, realizing that women inherited land and women had owned properties. And I was like, aha, wow, this is interesting, And for me, I've been lucky to have good friends. I have a friend who has the world map and the map of Nigeria on display in her office. So one day I came visiting, and after we hugged and everything, she said, "So Ezinne, tell me, which part of the earth do you own?" And I'm like, what is she talking about? And she was like, no, go to any of them, go to the world map or go to the map of Nigeria and take the pin the part of the earth that is yours. And I'm like, oh my God. I left that day and I was saying to myself, some people do think so wide, so deep, and I'm like, no. And she's like, so you come to this earth, live on this earth, you don't own a piece of it? So what do you read when you read? Who do you talk to when you talk to? Why are you not creating wealth that you can pass on? And since that day, I've just been thinking about wealth creation. So you're right, you have to be intentional about it. So can you please? And then you see, after talking with that lady that day, I had to she taught me about goal setting for creating wealth, because it's a process, it's a journey. It's not something you just go now and you buy Fort Mainland Bridge and you've created wealth. So how can a woman set such a goal for investing in real estate, for instance, where you play, to be able to build wealth?
Okay, so for me, to build wealth, you need to understand wealth, right? And in understanding wealth, it's when you're able to understand wealth, you'll be able to build a roadmap around achieving it. So, and that's where self-discipline comes in. You need to start with savings, saving that little drops. You need to be able to have that mindset to invest when the opportunity comes. You need to be able to make relationship, because it's your relationship is your network. And then you also need to have the ability to take risk, because some people find it very difficult when opportunity comes to them. They hold back because they feel, do I want to put my money into this? But I always tell people, once you are sure of the source and you can do your due diligence, you should be able to take that risk if you want to build wealth. Above it all, intentionality comes into play again, because if you're not intentional, you might not be able to build that wealth. So intentionality and self-discipline for me are the major goals to building and creating wealth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You see, I'll use myself as an example again. At the point where I met with this lady and where she was trying to give me that wealth building consciousness, I didn't have a lot of money, and I couldn't buy what is known as choice property, and so I had to go back and do a wealth building goal, where I decided to buy what was available, with the understanding that I will hold it for a long time and sell all to now help me buy one choice one. And so I was investing in places like Ikorodu, and I'm talking about 25 years ago, places like Badagry, places like Mowe, but all the while my eye is in Lekki, in Victoria Island, in Ikoyi, but some people will wake up and say, I don't have money, I want to do Ikoyi, I don't have money for Ikoyi, so I'm just going to keep making money for Ikoyi. But you see, I had a plan that says, buy Mowe, buy Ofada, buy Ikorodu, buy Badagry, and one day you just sell all of them and you just be able to do what? Ikoyi. So that's a plan. So can you tell us, Ime, another kind of plan a woman can have besides my plan?
A plan to start your real estate wealth creation, right, starts with savings. And with real estate, you cannot get it wrong, right? Be it Mowe, Ikorodu, so far you've done your due checks and you're sure that this property, this land, it's a good one and it has got good titles, you can start with whatever you have. The main thing is to get started with as little as you have. You don't have to start from the choicest locations. Just start small. Start with what you have, and gradually you build your wealth and you'll be able to retain it.
Arinola, I understand that things have changed from when I was starting out. I have some sons now that are into real estate and stuff like that, and the kind of info they bring to me is amazing. So please, can you share with us the recent opportunities? I hear you can even now give your money to someone like you, your little money for a fixed I don't know, but you're the expert, so tell us so that women can see what else they can do to grow their money, to be able to key into the opportunity to build wealth.
All right, so there are lots of opportunities in building wealth, right? So basically what we do is we allow every woman probably come to us for consultation, and then we can advise them based on their capacity, because no size fits all, right? So we can advise them based on their capacity. So at the moment, we've created an investment that enables everyone to benefit from it. So it's called the land banking, right? So land banking is a form of investment where you save and you earn. So how does this work? You bring your money to us, right? We help you put the funds together. The minimum amount the minimum number of months you can save that for is 1 year. I mean, it's just better than leaving your funds lying fallow. And we are telling you that you can actually earn between 25% to 30% on this investment.
Whoa, women, are you hearing this? 25 to 30% on your investment.
Absolutely. So, and then to put investors' mind at rest, because we understand how people's mindset that what are you going to give me to put these funds together. So we are going to give you a post-dated check in tune of the amount you invested and the interest accrued
upfront,
right? Yes, we'll give that to you as a collateral, right?
I am coming to invest with you.
We are waiting. So we are also going to give you a receipt of payment to say that there's a transaction between yourself and our company. And then we're also going to give you a deed of agreement. So deed of agreement simply means we are going to earmark a portion of our land to you, documented, just to put your mind at rest that this portion of land has been earmarked to you to serve as a collateral, to give it to you to hold on to. After maturity of your funds, you give us back the document and we give you back your money, amount invested and the interest accrued. However, we have some people that will say, no, we want this land. Can we still get it? Haven't saved my money with you for 12 months. Yes, the answer is yes. You can still get it, but however, you get it at the prevailing market price.
At a time.
Yes, please.
Interesting. I like this. I really like this. It means that anybody can play. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I hope so. So that leads me to my next question to you, Ari. What is the least amount of money that a woman should have to be able to do land banking? I like the name, land banking.
Okay, so the least amount, we just we had to just bring it down so that everybody can benefit from it. So the least amount a woman can use to start this is 500,000, right? 500,000. With your money, you can bring that fund to us, and you get between 25% to 30% interest accrued on your investment.
Okay, let me quickly write on the back of that. Is it 500,000 payable as a bulk, or 500,000 payable every month over 12 months?
Okay, so it's 500,000 as a bulk, but
okay.
However, we also have some form of investments for every woman out there, right? This is a monthly payment. It's called the monthly Oshoshu. But I tell people it's Oshoshu with a sauce. You know why? We all do monthly investments, monthly savings, and pardon me, without any interest accrued. But we are telling you now that with your monthly savings, you can earn 10% on it at the end of every month. So for example, you start with your little drops on a monthly basis. At the end of the 12 months, we'll give you the total amount paid with interest accrued. You know, when you do the regular monthly Oshoshi, nothing comes with it. It's just maybe a group of people come together, do the Oshoshu, and then you collect in turns. But this is not the case here.
Okay, you know why I'm drilling you like this? Because, most times it looks like all the options for wealth building available seem to be planned or structured earnings, and I'm really worried that the woman at the bottom of the rung cannot be able to plug in. So it's good that you are explaining all of this to us, so that we know that it doesn't have to be structured. It's not it doesn't have to be for only the people who earn salaries or the people who are doing business. The woman that is sitting down there at the rung, who has the desire to create wealth, also will find a plan with you. Okay, thank you very much, Ari. Do you have any other offerings tailored specifically to the woman in your portfolio?
Okay, yes, we do. Right. So that's the sales quest. That's another arm of the properties everywhere. So the sales quest is basically, we help women we train them, sales training. We also help them put structure in place, and we also help them level up, scale up their business, right? So this cuts across to not only women in the real estate industry, but women across all sectors. So we have a team specifically for that train women to sales training, for proper structure, and to level up their business. So I promise you, something every woman out there trying to put structure in place would love to give a try.
Yes, because I think I go with you on that, because everybody knows somebody who is trying to buy land.
Absolutely.
And so maybe your brother wants to buy land, you can actually make money off it.
True.
Maybe your boss wants to buy land, you can be the go-between and make some money for yourself, and then use that money to invest in Arinola's land banking,
yes.
And then be able to start your wealth building journey, because it's actually a journey. It just keeps going on and on. Okay, so I'll call the numbers again. The number to call is 0913 6000 410. The number to text to WhatsApp is 0913 6000 430. Before we go into talking about properties everywhere, Arinola, I'd like you to talk to me about something that is interesting me these days. It's called shortletpreneur?
Okay, shortletpreneur.
Yes. I mean, the words, the coinages are so beautiful. Land banking, shortletpreneur. I'm fascinated. Tell me about it, please, or tell us about it.
All right. So shortletpreneur is another arm of properties everywhere, where we help investors. We are all used to the traditional way of making money. Maybe putting your house, your property up for rent or lease. So shortlet basically is another avenue of creating wealth, and this is a daily money-making avenue. So it's like Airbnb, where you put your property up for short lease or long lease, as the case may be. So it's just like the way they do it all over the world, where you travel, you look for a place to stay for a short while or for a long while. So we have a shortlet tastefully furnished apartment in very prime locations for anyone who is looking to have a short stay or a long stay, or have girls' night outs, drink up, spinsters' nights, baby shower, where they can rent it on a daily basis and they have fun. They might not want to use their place, they might need a change of environment, and they go on with it. So for everyone listening, shortlet has come to stay, because it's really becoming, and it's more preferred than hotels because of the privacy. It's more preferred than hotels because of the privacy, because of the space and all. So shortletpreneur is another avenue to generating wealth.
Okay, very interesting topic there. And so does that mean that if I own the space and I wasn't using it, putting it to use? Because you see, there's a school of thought out there that also says that don't invest your money don't get a house, because you know what, that's capital intensive. So, or don't buy land. No, not don't buy land, don't get a house, because it's capital intensive. And as life translates, as you get older, you shrink. You're supposed to actually downsize, because you not be as young as being able to go up 3 flights, and you may not be able to change all your bulbs at the same time and everything. So assuming I have a property that, well, I'm not using maximally, can I give it to you to manage for me, in this shortpreneurship thing?
Yes, you can. So like I earlier said, we meet with investors. If we do our checks to see that this place is actually up to standard of what our clients out there would be looking for, so yes, you can bring it to us, and instead of leaving it lying fallow, bring it to us, and then we'll help you generate more income from it. And the beautiful thing about it is daily income. So why leave your apartment just like that when you can actually put it to taste? And we also have the aspect of interior. We help you furnish it to taste, and we put it up for rent.
Arinola is also trying to take my business by talking about interiors, but I'm not going to let her do that. So I'm going to just imagine I didn't hear that.
But remember, collaboration is the new currency.
No, of course, I'm joking.
I know, right?
Okay, so let's move on, because time is actually sipping in on us as usual. Arinola, every element or avenue of wealth creation comes with its own peculiar kind of risk. Some risks are low, some are medium, and some are high, like they tell us, So what are the risks involved in doing it the wrong way without expert guidance? In Lagos State, for instance, we keep hearing about omoniles, we hear about land grabbers, some of which sometimes lead to partial or total loss of capital. How can we, or the woman, militate against this?
Okay, so for me, right, before you do anything, due diligence is very, very important. It's very key, and that's where a consultant or a reliable company comes into play. You can't just say, as a woman, you have your funds and then you just want to go out there to make an investment without consulting a professional or a reliable company, haven't done your due diligence. I mean, it's just like having an ailment and you refuse to consult your doctor and you're doing self-medication. It cannot work that way, because you are going to get it wrong. So it's very important to do your due diligence, to speak to the right consultant, to speak to the right company before you start your real estate investment.
Okay, so women, you've heard it. It's one thing to want to start that journey. It's another thing to start that journey with the right companion. So make sure you do your due diligence before choosing who is going to hold your hand as you walk through the process of creating wealth. Arinola, most times we think of wealth as cash and near cash assets only. This may stop the mindset of delayed gratification. Yes, that's it, required to build true wealth. Because that I have cash in the bank doesn't make me wealthy, because something can happen and all of my cash wipes. But if I had land, I know that earthquakes can happen, but at least we don't have them here, right? So that's my definition of true wealth. I mean, there are other sources, but we are talking about land today. So tell me, is there a role of a spouse on this journey for the woman? As in, should the woman go on this journey by herself, or should she carry along her spouse?
I think family is key, and family is everything, right? So, and that's where exposure and adequate knowledge comes into play as well. So yes, you need to carry your spouse along so that you get it right, especially if you are on the same page.
Thank you for that caveat. If you're on the same page.
Yeah, so the role of the spouse cannot be overemphasized because you can't do it alone. Two heads are better than one. So as a lady, if you want
two good heads.
Yeah, two good heads. Thank you for that. Yeah, so two good heads are better than one. So if you want to, so it's very important if you're on the same page. If you're two good heads, then please carry your spouse along, and then so that you guys can share views together with your exposure and your knowledge.
Thank you, Arinola. And time always creeps up when you're having fun. So I'm going to be asking you at this point to quickly take your closing remarks as you charge the women to step up and build wealth, starting right now.
Everyone wants to become better. Everyone wants to create a family. Everyone wants to live well. Everyone wants to be financially stable. Right, and this has to start first with the right mindset. Then comes in the work. So you need to be able to practicalize your plan and implement it, and then you need to follow through and be very, very consistent. So to every woman out there listening to us, I would like to tell you to stand up. Make a plan today, invest in yourself as well as your future, right? We are here at Properties Everywhere to guide you through seamlessly. Empowering women is our top priority. So the best time to start is now, and you'll be eternally grateful you did that for yourself. Thank you. So thank you for watching, and you can reach out to us. You can follow our page at Properties Everywhere.
And that's Arina asking for the pound of flesh.
You asked me?
Yeah, I like you. I mean, go for it. So that tells you that if you're working with her, you'll get more than what you set out to get. So thank you, Ari, for joining us on the program today. It's an awesome job that you're doing. I particularly like so many things about your business. Unfortunately, time isn't our friend and we can't talk about everything. I like the trust fund that you have for the children. I like the Catch Them Young concept as well. That's very interesting, but this is all the much we can take today. So dear women, my take today is that it's time to wake up and do your thing. You know, it's not a one size fits all, like Ari said. You know, so you've got to take a very, very clear decision on what it is you want to do, what it is you want to build, and then have a plan, a roadmap to say, this is how I'm going to go, and these are the vehicles that I will travel with or travel in, so that you're not just flying all over the place looking for this or that, so that you're really, really positioned on what you want to do. It's important that you get someone to guide you. There are consultants. I've heard 2 new words today. Land banking. You should explore that. I've heard shortpreneurship. You should also, do what? Explore that. And I wish you all well as you go on to build your wealth. But don't forget, you've got to go out and vote on Saturday, because there's no point building wealth that you're not sure that will endure. Because we have to go out there and vote and make sure that we have the right people in leadership to shepherd us, to drive us, to guide us to that place where all the wealth we're building will stay and we can all be here and enjoy it. So I hope to see many women going out to vote on Saturday. So this is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram. Harry was going to do that, but please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Up You with Ezinne. Get copies of our books and Up You and When Adversity Strikes, Fight. Thank you. Get to also follow Properties Everywhere. Thank you. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week, starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, callers, the engineers on duty, my producers, the amazing Up You team, 98.3 Mainland FM, the sound of Lagos. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. My name is Ezinne. Until next time, it's Up You.